didn't even make sense to me. If what you're talking about ain't hitting on nothing with me.
Get your Suzies going, those cocktails flowing. Welcome to all of the LGBTQIA, B, C, D, E, F, and especially the G.
For the ones, twos, and the threes.
You are now in the place to be. AM is who I be.
And 7, that'll be me.
Just what you thought you knew all about, gang?
We promise, you ain't never heard it this way.
We're just hashtag what? Not that kind of game.
What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I say, will you be mine?
Hey, I said, will you be mine?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, squires and squirrels, to another fabulous episode of Not That Kind of Game. We are bringing this live, loud, and of course in charge. Episode 8. We are bringing to you allies and friends.
Yes.
And
what does it mean to be an ally, a friend, a supporter of LGBTQIA, B, C, D, E, F, G?
And let's not forget the Z.
What does it mean to really truly be an ally? How do you do that if that's something you're into? How do you support? How do you get out of your ignorance if that's what you're in? And just be supportive of people who are just trying to live their best lives, be their authentic selves, be true to who they are. Yes, we were away for a while. We had some birthdays to attend.
We were away for a while, and why was we away for a while?
We had some birthdays to attend. You know, these crazy Virgos out in the world, y'all.
But who was the number one Virgo?
The number one Virgo, and I'll give him his time. His
It's
glorious none other than Seven himself.
Hey!
Yes, our very own Seven celebrated his birthday on September. His born day
On September the 21st.
September 21st.
Where I was living life. And I came out the womb at 7-something in the morning. Where I became the star that I am.
Okay.
But yes, of course, we are bringing it to you live, loudly in charge.
And it's some other birthdays out there we should go ahead and recognize since we've been away for
Okay,
a while,
all right.
You know, very good, pertinent Virgos
Will
out there.
Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith,
Taraji, Tyler Perry. Just to name a few. Happy
Shout out to
birthday.
Tyler Perry for making who he is.
Man, I drove past some studios and I was out
Oh, you
there.
did?
You know, there used to be a army base, I believe, a military base, some kind of military base, excuse me. Get your Suzies going, your cocktails going. We got ours. But yeah, I drove past it, y'all. It's a big deal. Shout out to you, Tyler Perry, and happy belated birthday as well.
Who we got? Who else?
But this episode, y'all, that's pretty much who we got going on for that. But
we
Seven,
know-
nevertheless, happy birthday to you.
The main focus was me. But we know it's other birthdays that was in the month of September. We've been away from you guys for a little while, but now that we're back, we're live, loud, and in charge.
Boom.
And we're going to be bringing you this episode. So get with it.
So yes, like you said, it's about allies and friends. We are going to get right on into it. First up are our hot topics.
Oh my God. What happened?
It's been a lot going on since we've been away.
And just because you've been away, that don't mean that things are going away, because the latest news is Miss Wendy Williams has been ordered to pay Mr. Kelvin Hunter his $250,000 for him to find him a New York, I'm sorry, take that back, for him to find him a home. Let me tell you something, Kevin.
Is your home still on the market?
Oh, I don't know.
Did it sell?
But she said she wasn't pressed for no sale.
But listen, Miss Wendy did give major shade on her show.
She did.
Season 11, she threw major shade. The whole, y'all.
What did she, what was it she said?
I don't, take a look.
Take a look.
I'm saying.
She regrets that mess, though. Life is not what you think it is behind the scenes. Trust me. Trust me. Homegirl is miserable. Like, In the meantime, I'm over here, you know.
Yeah.
That's what you get. Anyway, so, sorry.
Wasn't that something, y'all? I told you Miss Wendy is on the beat.
And out doing the street beat.
She was living a hot girl summer. Now she.
Did y'all hear about her little new kitty cats? My Way and
I forgot.
Chit Chat.
Chit Chat.
My Way and Chit Chat. You better do it, Wendy.
Wendy don't care about that, man.
But $250,000 is nothing to a boss, and Wendy is a boss. Shout out to you, Wendy. Drop them coins, get rid of that dog.
Another boss. We want to give kudos to Mr. Brandon Allen, who attends White Station High School in Memphis, Tennessee. He was elected the homecoming royalty by his Spartan peers. Many are up in arms about it because they're like, oh, you know, girls can't have anything, blah, blah, blah. This isn't about that. The people who go to school with this gentleman picked him. So us adult people need to butt out. We need to leave these young people to be. Let them be themselves. If they support that man in whatever it is, and if that's what he identifies as, I apologize if that's not what you identify as, Brandon, no offense. But let's let people live. These people picked him. They didn't force this on these kids. Stop it. We're doing this.
And I already told myself I didn't have no opinion on it. I wasn't going to be getting involved because it just all sounds like
This happened in Tennessee, and we just are so appreciative of this type of inclusivity. When we were coming up, it was kind of not heard of. So shouts out to this group of high school students who get it, who embrace people who are who and as they are. And much love from Not That Kind of Game.
There we go. Let's get into Miss Simone Biles. Yes!
Celebrated world-class gymnast, world-awarding, world-renowned, gymnast. Apparently, in Stuttgart, Germany, the International Gymnastics Committee has penalized her for constantly pushing herself and everyone else is mediocre around her. It's basically what it is. This is black women policing at its finest. Why do we police the bodies of black people and black women especially? Like, we get to tell them they can't be too thick, they can't be too strong, they can't be like, why do we do that? The same thing happens to Serena Williams, where people question her femininity all the time, constantly questioning whether or not she was born a man. And like, I would hate to really have to lay that down. And actually, we do to some extent. We do constantly question whatever femininity we might have, where that comes from. Like, it's just
because I feel like, well, we'll also bring that back. But I feel like every guy has a little feminine side to them.
You have to.
I don't care how masculine you proclaim to be or who you say you want to be. If
you want to know how you get it, it's for straight men, have a daughter.
Right.
You know, like really be able to explain to her how you want a man to treat her. And that, my friends, is feminine.
It's feminine, right.
You can't like keep placing people in these categories. Like, this woman pushes herself to the limits when it comes to her body so that she could be the best in her field. And they want to penalize and police her body and tell her what she can and can't do because everybody else around her isn't meeting the standards.
Right.
Unbelievable. We in this participation trophy ass society that we live in, like everybody, I hate that working with kids, like we feel the need to give everybody a certificate because they showed up. No, in my day,
this is responsibility.
First place, second place, third place, honorable mention. That's how it goes. You don't always win, and that's okay. But this girl set herself up so that she could always win, and these people are mad. They are some haters, and they are Caucasian. Caucasian hatred.
But let's jump right on to this. Speaking of these privileged people,
Miss Stacey Dash was arrested.
What was she arrested for beating up her?
Beating up her white husband. in that nice Caucasian home. She beat on him. And
So-
he called the cops on her black ass.
At 7:45 p.m. at nighttime when they should have been sitting down having dinner somewhere.
He reminded her just what white privilege looks like. He said, bitch, hit me again. There's a black
And then
mad
when
woman
a
on the
recording out about it.
Oh,
And
yeah,
when he
he
called the
did.
police. Yeah, he had a recording out when he called the police. They recorded it and said that.
So we're told cops were called to the home around 7:45 to respond to domestic dispute between the two. Our sources say that Stacey allegedly pushed and slapped him, and that's when officers arrived. They saw scratches on his left arm. Deep news of the staunch Republican Miss Stacey Dash, Miss Clueless herself. This is some clueless shit right here, I'll tell you that much.
But hold on, how much money that girl got?
Not enough.
Because why that bill was only $500, it should have been
It's a
$500,000.
minor little domestic thing.
You women need to stop putting your hands on men if you don't want to get your ass whooped. And when you barking up that tree, that's
Be
what
sure
you
you're
gonna
ready.
get.
Be
Gay,
sure you're
straight, whatever.
That's
The
good.
cat, dog, mouse.
That's a good point.
Shit.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, don't put your hands on nobody.
Don't do that.
And if that white man would have whooped your black ass, then it would have been a problem.
Exactly. So there's that. But moving right along to another celebrity.
Another rat that like cheese.
Tekashi 6ix9ine is in the jailhouse trying to save himself by enemies.
Telling on everybody that got a name.
His testimony has led to guilty verdicts for 2 gang members. During his 3 days as a star witness in the racketeering trial, Tekashi 6ix9ine portrayed that 9 straight gangster bloods were ruthless enterprise whose members used intimidation and violence to coerce enemies and to commit a lot of different crimes. What you think about that?
What on a political
Snitches
side?
get stitches.
Hold on a
They
political
gonna get his
side.
ass in jail.
That lawyer is doing all this talking because Tekashi don't even talk like that. So anyway.
You don't know.
No, but I believe he's in there snitching and he telling on everybody that got a name.
He described
Because
what
you
he
see what
called
Jim Jones.
robberies, assaults, drugs.
But it's the well, I'm not gonna say allegedly. Allegedly, it's the truth. That's what it is.
This past Thursday, jurors in the federal district court in Manhattan found these 2 men guilty of racketeering, conspiracy, and other offenses. He done told us some people they gonna get his ass in jail. He ain't gonna be alive long.
Well, this brings us to our episode, Allies and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out who you calling your friends, and watch out who you consider an ally.
Snakes in the
because
grass.
they snakes in the grass. I don't trust none of them. I tell people all the time, my circle consists of so little people that it probably don't even make a circle.
It's funny that in the hip hop community, you have to get to the top based on your street cred.
But it's not even in the
And
hip hop
that
community.
this man has risked all of his street cred so that he could get a few years off these sentences. It's an interesting perspective.
Because it looks like the way they think it's gonna be, he'll probably be home about 5 or 6 years.
Something like that. And you think they're not gonna be after his ass?
I'm not too sure why Siri is talking to us right now.
If Siri tried to get in on the conversation.
Mind your business, Siri.
That's it. Listen, we're not too sure what his future holds, but he in jail for now. Daniel Hernandez.
Speaking of jail,
Ooh.
Mr. R. Kelly, sit down. I'm so tired of talking about you, but you know what?
am.
Since you are on the hot topic, and you are not even a topic anymore, the topic of it is that you are a child molester, allegedly.
Listen, R. Kelly has been denied bail in a sex crimes case. He will remain in bars until at least 2020.
Look, you only get it's 2020.
Even though he's saying we did right there, but I think sometime far into 2020. Kelly's lawyer previously claimed that the singer's various health conditions were not being treated properly in jail, so they are asking for bail, and the judge denied it.
Well, I don't think nobody else is gonna put up no money for you, R. Kelly, because that lady that
He
put up
can't
that
see his
$100,000. They told that lady she could get her
She
money
can
back.
get her money back, and so he mad that he can't see both his girlfriends at the same time.
Yeah, like how you trying to be promiscuous and nasty at the same time down in the
He's
club?
missing court dates left and right because he's in jail in one place and he needs to go to New York to face charges as well, but he keeps missing the court date, so it keeps just getting worse and worse for the embattled singer. He was born Robert Sylvester Kelly. He is facing various charges. Many of them are related to sexual crimes against underage women in various states. It is just, he's in Chicago now, but he's got charges in New York, I believe. It's frightening that him and Bill were able to get away with this stuff for so long.
Well, something on a more positive note, because we're not gonna do that too much more. I'm sorry, y'all. We're not gonna spend too much more time on that. But guess what?
What's up?
Is Gucci Man making boss moves like that?
He did.
What he
Yeah,
do?
they're trying to tell us about it. That's what it was.
Yes, sir. We don't need your information. We got our own. We did our own
Listen,
research.
Gucci has signed with Gucci. He is partnered with the label who is synonymous for a lot of hip hop wear, even though I don't think that's how they started off. We
Ain't a lie.
But typically how it goes, we make shit pop, and then when shit pops, they want to look back and say, "Oh, thank you to Block 9 for your hop."
But
So I think that's what's going on here.
why they keep sweeping under the rug that Gucci don't like Gucci?
That Gucci
the
don't-
brand
don't
really
like
black
Gucci.
people.
This has come up before. We had a few episodes ago where we discussed their bad advertisement technique. So this is a bold move for the company whose track record when it comes to cause-related marketing isn't really all that good. So
Yeah,
far.
I know T.I. said we're pissed.
You know,
What you think T.I. got to say?
he probably got the same thing to say I have to say, and that's like, you think we forget because you went and signed over Gucci? First of all, you're stupid and you should have did this a long time ago. This should have happened a long time ago. But that just sets aside the fact that you guys are still some biggies down at your central office, wherever that may be in Italy. Rome, Italy on the toe. You guys are still indifferent when it comes to the lives of black people. And this does not make us forget. We woke over here.
I still haven't forgiven Gucci the brand yet.
Exactly.
But I understand that Gucci is out here.
I won't hold him
I
accountable. I will
won't.
say that this might be a step in the right direction. Maybe this is them realizing that they definitely need to reach back and say something about this community that has put them on the map the way we have.
And I know I went in shirt to say I'm not that kind of gay, but last I heard he was behind his child support, so he probably needed that.
That's not the story here. The story is Gucci might
He
be
making
on the
boss
trail
moves.
to getting it together by signing Gucci Mane. We will wait and see if there are any future advertisement campaigns in the future that maybe, get them out of the limelight for the bad ones that they put out there. Last but not least, but bad
Just
for
dumb.
sure.
Just dumb.
But good in a way because the Georgia anti-abortion law was blocked by U.S. District Court in Atlanta a couple weeks ago. This is a victory for the people.
But hey, and why are we talking about what people doing to their bodies?
This is a
Let's
shame. Well, because what happened was, it's Georgia's Republican Governor Brian Kemp back in May would have blocked most abortions once a doctor was able to detect a fetal heartbeat.
Okay.
I don't understand this policing of people's bodies.
So that would be 6 weeks into the pregnancy.
Right. That's the first time you're able to hear a heartbeat.
Okay.
And so they're assuming that means that that's an actual life and therefore you can't take it. I don't even think it's a debate anymore. Like,
So as it says, the ban was intended to go into effect in January, but in June, the Center of the
For Reproductive Rights,
along with the lawyers on the ACLU, is Planned Parenthood sued to prevent this from happening.
and they were successful, so it was blocked. And that is good. That is a victory for all the women in Georgia. Shout out to Georgia.
And whoever's not on board, they should be on board. Get on board,
Jump.
get more knowledge, let these women be what they want to do. Let these
Dumbass.
women be who they want to be and let them do what they want to do.
Dumbass Brian Kemp, you're not our jackass this week, but you are still one nevertheless.
Boop boop. And about last night was about last night. It's been a while. Like we said, it's been a while since you guys seen us, but we've been, taking some time off doing what we need to do to bring things back to you, make sure things is right. And we talked about that last night over a discussion. Well, not over a discussion. Him and I was discussing that,
But we got out, met some cool people outside of our neighborhood watering hole, as we have mentioned before.
Right.
But it was a mixed crowd, straight gay, in between. I don't really know what the identifiers were.
Well, I know one was a lesbian because she said her wife.
Right.
And I know the other guy was
a gay male.
A gay male.
Was a straight male with them as well.
Oh yeah, it was a straight male.
So it was cool just to be in an atmosphere of energy,
different perspectives and getting
and not being under pretense of you like me and like I like you.
But the crazy part about it, y'all, guess what? Why one of them? What was the guy name? I can't even think of his name. Shout out to you. I know you probably will watch this again. He had already knew about the show. We had on our shirts. He was like, "Oh, y'all was trending on da 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 da. You better know it." I can't remember his name. I'm so sad.
But yes, we just wanted to tell y'all about that by way of bringing it back to this topic of today's discussion, which is allies and friends, and how it's important that people not be comfortable and remain in their ignorance, be supportive by trying to seek understanding.
Especially if you're going to use the word friend.
So that was that. We had a good time.
We did. We got drunk.
Yeah.
Because when we got back home, you went to sleep.
I did.
Yeah, you went back in that bedroom and passed out.
Yeah. After 30, it hits you different. You can't be out here.
But we did get us some snacks.
We did snack.
But yeah, last night was it was really nice. We enjoyed ourselves.
Again, shout out to all the allies,
right.
all the friends,
all the allies, all the friends, the supporters, the lovers, the LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Shout out to all of you people. We love you. Everyone loves you. It's a big world. We should be loved. Brings us to our evening where we're closing it out for you. Where we are going to just relax and enjoy. But you guys, check this out. Next week, we are going to have our guest, Nicole Wilson, the owner of
Magnolia A Production.
Magnolia.
Actress, radio personality. The list goes on and on.
She has all the credentials. I cannot wait for you guys to see this next week. She will be here. Well, she will be here at the Not That Kind of Gay studio, and we hope that you tune in to see her. It's
because what we're going to do is give you a part 2 of this discussion on being an ally, being a friend, being a supporter, through the eyes of Black feminists. Because there is an intersectionality between the two movements that deserves some conversation. So we're gonna really sit down with her, discuss her movie, the different series that she has going on through her production company that promote.
Movie is dope.
So tune in next week for a more in-depth, more in-your-face look at our puff down with the culture.
And let's not forget the Jackass of the day. What her name is?
Of the month. It's Amber Geiger. It's that fucking judge down there. It's all of the lots. All of them are the jackasses, in my opinion, because this fella, there's no justice for a Black man in America.
Well, they said that it was a 2006 police officer, Amber Geiger, into the department of
Botham
Jean, thinking that it was her own place.
Was she drunk? Was she high? Was she both? I have questions.
She assumed that he was a burglar in her home, so then she took action and pulled a gun out on his gentleman while he was laying on his couch eating ice cream.
You know, ice cream
And this Caucasian took it upon herself to kill this African American in his own
On
home.
October 1st, Geiger was found guilty of murder. The jury deliberated for 6 hours and came to the conclusion that they reached their verdict.
10 years.
She was sentenced to only 10 years,
10.
which she can be released in 5.
Her ass need to be down there for 25 years and get released in
for
20.
life.
Well,
She needs to be there for life. You
You
kill
know-
somebody. And this idea that you can be afraid of black people is why we're in this space.
That's true. Now,
We
this
gotta
is
deal
what
with
that
that.
is.
Let's get to the root of the problem here. Has she walked in on a white person, that white person would sit there like, oh, Billy, I'm sorry, is what would have happened.
One of them positive note, and you good.
Hey, I'm trying my best, you know?
But yeah, oh Amber Geiger, you ought to be down there. They ought to give you 25 years, and you could have got there with 20 on good behavior.
Along you and the judge who sentenced you and held you, instead of throwing a gavel at your forehead.
Hold on, did you see that lady playing in her hand? That's what they yeah, she was getting her together. You going to jail.
All of y'all.
You are
All
going
of y'all
to jail.
Jackass.
All of y'all,
All of
Jackass.
you. All of you. Yes.
But I will say I'm biased because 10 is not enough. I'd say 25, get out of 20 on good behavior. I don't know what this lady maybe experienced in her mind. She may have really been going
She
through
was
something.
taught that black people were scary. I don't want to hear all
Yeah,
that
she
other
was.
bullshit.
But
That's what it is.
you don't know if she was under the influence or anything she did.
And even still,
And
like I said, if y'all want to paint the picture, black people are so forgiving, and we have to forgive because that's what we've been taught to do. We've been taught to take the whip, take the enslavement, and turn it on the cheek. That shit is some bullshit. In this case, and every other one that looks like it. We need to say this for what it is. And that is a white person exercising their right to be afraid of a black person in a personal space. When every time they take their person, they move to the side. And
Oh, that pisses me off.
every time they walk to the opposite side of the sidewalk, it's this idea that my blackness is something you need to be
That you're
afraid of.
scared of.
That has everything to do with you, not me.
I understand. But as I was saying, I'm just all over the place with it. I really think that she should have got the 25, 20 on good behavior. Because we have to show that these police officers have to stop killing. Not
And how
blacks,
do you do
not
that?
killing.
By
just
putting them in jail and letting them deal
taking
with
the
life.
punishment.
That's
right?
it.
If you serve anybody else.
That's it.
Because I think if she wasn't a police officer,
These
she
fucking
would've
police
been
officers
20,
are domestic terrorists.
So, one more thing before we stop talking about this dumb jackass. Do you think this is something that she had planned and this is plotted?
No, I don't think she plotted any of this. I don't think this was malicious in intent. A manslaughter, if anything, but I still think she needs to take fucking, do the crime, pay the time. That's it. You killed an innocent man, and furthermore, his neighbor, who was a testifier in the case, was also later shot dead after the court case happened. Insane. I think there's more to this story. This is some government conspiracy shit. I'm calling
Per
it
usual.
calling it out here. But Amber, that judge, the lot of you fixing this bitch's hair and shit. Somebody should have threw a bottle in her face. For her to go with God.
We do not condone violence here. Now, that's not nice. So
Kill
basically,
my brother and
the
see what
moral to the
happens.
story is before AM go off on the deep end, is that Amber Geiger, you have been sentenced to 10 years when you should have got 25.
You are the jackass of the
You
day.
are the
Yes,
jackass
order.
of the day.
day.
Order! Alright, so y'all, thank you for tuning in. It's time for us to wrap this up. We got stuff to do.
We do.
Especially because we got a whole nother part 2 to this episode coming at you.
Coming at you
Next live, loud, and
Boom.
in charge. In charge. We want to take a moment and acknowledge the passing of the incomparable, the wonderful, the legendary, iconic Diane Carroll. She passed of 84 years of age. Rest in peace and eternal peace. Wow. Miss Carroll, you will forever be
one of
That would be missing.
our greatest.
One of them, right.
Our greatest. Right. But yeah, we want to just go ahead and wrap this thing up. We did talk about or introduced our 2-part series about allies and friends. What it means to be an ally, how you be a friend, how you support people,
How you do what you do.
and get out of the space where you stay ignorant. Get educated about people around you. Seek to understand so that you could be supportive. Ultimately, golden rule is do unto others as you have them do unto you. And the way you do that is by better understanding folks. So we're going to get into this conversation more deeply with our special guest, Miss Nicole Wilson, and our producer, Miss Angel Lee. Tune in for that next week. As usual, where can they find us, Seven? All over the place, starting with Facebook on Not That Kind of Gay, on YouTube at Not That Kinda Gay, on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram at Not That Kinda G1, and on all major platforms for podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify,
Shout out to iHeart too.
Apple, all of them. We are there. We are ready.
We ready.
So if you ain't ready, you better get ready. We got more content coming at you next week. We hope that you tune in.
Peace.